Stop what you're doing and breathe. Take a deep one. Pause. Fuck. Maybe I should redo this. Nope. I'm going to keep it. It's too late. Welcome to the idea of comedy. Here is where we talk comedy. See, last time I said if you're not a fan of comedy, if you don't love comedy, you should leave. But no. If you're interested in comedy, you should stay as well. I feel like anybody who can sit here and listen to me talk about anything, especially old comedy, you deserve to be here. Can I get an amen? I know you're atheists. Just say it. Somebody's atheist listening to this. Just say it. Today, the conversation is once again older comedians. Dun, dun, dun. Now, the only reason I'm even bringing this up is because I feel like nobody's talking about this. I feel like nobody's talking about these damn comedians who are now older, and there's multiple of them. And we've never seen this. And by we, I mean you and me. We've never seen a whole entire field of a graduating class, if you would, of older comedians. In the older times, it was literally a lot of those guys were already old when they was already started popping, and there wasn't multiple of them. See, after the great bang, is what they call it, of comedy, which was like after the Richard Pryor era, after Eddie Murphy had did his whole little thing, there was a woodwork of comedians coming out of everywhere. That's where you seen the Def Comedy Jams and what's that one show? You can look it up on you. I'll put a clip. I got you.
Hell, this is my baby mother. Only I do that. Mo, your mom's so old, she knew the honeycomb bear when he was a Chicago Cub.
Nigga, please. Your mama's so old, the bitch squirt powdered milk out her titties.
It's called, what? Yo Mama or some shit? Yo Mama. And it was a bunch of Yo Mama jokes. Mind you, side note, Yo Mama jokes are the worst roasting techniques I've ever heard in my life. It's so bad, I'm not sure older comedians can roast. I seen Monique went on there and went crazy, but I feel like she had to. I feel like when you need something as bad as you do at that point, like, she's I don't know if it's politically correct. She was a fat, with a P-H-A-T, ow. She was a fat black woman on a male-dominant show, doing what is technically a male-dominant sport, comedy. Well, I guess everything is male-dominant. Not everything, whatever. But she was on there and she cooked those. I almost called them niggas. What's wrong with calling them? Nah, I'm not gonna go there. But she cooked these guys, and it was fucking like, it was amazing. But that's not the point. The point is, let's go down the list just to prove my point, right? You got Bill Burr, Dave Attell, Mike Epps, Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, Cedric Entertainer, D.L. Hughley, Kevin Hart, Ari Spears, Earthquake, Deion Cole, and you got guys like Bill Bellamy. Let's add the some mores, the Adeles. Well, no, take Adele out of there, actually. Scratch that. Adele's a little older. I'm going to get to that. And then you got Monique's. Her fine ass, by the way. Let me just mention that Monique is fine. And it's not just because she was the funniest queen of comedy. But that does play a part. You got her at 58. 58 years old. All these people are under the age of 63. Like, only a couple of them even touch 60. And you got, like, the Dave Attales. You got the Chris Rocks. You got the Sids, the DLs. And they're 61 and 62. So they're just touching it in the year of 2025. Well, they're not just touching, but they're just now really getting into the 60s now. It's just now, the gas just pressed go. Unlike Steve, who's like 66. And my point is, we've never seen this wave of this many comedians getting to this age. This is relatively new. This is like, what? Correct me if I'm wrong, which I most likely am. This is almost like hip hop in a way. I think we only seen rappers, generations of rappers, like a huge list and generations of rappers get old, what, once? Maybe twice? Because, it's 2025, so I guess, the 90s of guys are, what I'm saying, late 90s or whatever, looking back. So almost like 2 times, 2 to maybe 3 times we've seen guys in hip hop get older, a generation in history. And I feel like with this, you'll see a lot of more comedians do older stand-ups. And not just stand-up as an older guy, which you can go and look at George Carlin, of course, clip it. And you can see stand-ups of when he got older, and these guys will tell these stories and all that about like, hey, this is what happens when you're older. I'm older now and this is happening. But it wasn't the whole special. It's not what the special was about. It's not what the special was focused on. Now, that's what these specials are exactly put on for. You got Bill Burr's Drop Dead. You got Kevin Hart's, what the fuck is that shit called? Acting My Age. You got a few of them. I don't think Jim Norton put out one. Jim Norton put out a special recently. I put a clip of it or a picture or whatever. I feel like it's one of the greatest specials I've seen. Like, of just, because it gives the aura of, hey, I'm older now and I don't give a fuck. I already never give a fuck. He's a New York comedian. New York comedians already that's their bread and butter. Hey, I don't give a fuck. But that was ultimate, like, oh no, I'm finna pinpoint. I don't give 2 shits. And it was just amazing. Kev was like that. It was just different. I like him. But the interesting thing is where's the next generation? Like, you can see them. You got, like, CPs. You got, like, Sidney Castells. You got a lot of these guys. I don't know if I said his name. I don't think it's Castells. Something C. He's not going to hear this anyways. And if he does, damn. I'm sorry. But you got these younger comedians, and they're not even that much younger. Like, I think CP's, finna be in his 40s? Like, almost 40? Because Kevin Hart, fucking successful ass, been on top for so fucking long. Maybe if he would have slowed down like every other comedian at one point, a guy in his fucking late 20s, mid 30s or something could have popped off and took over to be the next top. But Kev was like, I don't think he was hogging the space. I think it's almost like, I'm not finna stop. I'm not finna stop to let you get ahead. What the hell? Not to let you get ahead. That's why I stopped. Just to let you get ahead. For what? You're doing perfectly fine. Like, literally, every top younger comedian right now is doing perfectly fine. They're in LA, New York, somewhere, in Texas, somewhere doing shows on whatever platform. They're killing it, getting their money. But that top spot, though, the spot that comes with the movies. See, I don't know if it comes with the movies and the show and the title. Because once you're the top comedian, everybody knows. At least in the community of comedians, everybody knows. Like, oh no, that's the top guy. That's who everybody thinks is funny. It's obvious. It goes by numbers of seats. It goes by laughs. Every comedian can hear laughs. We rank them. We know what they sound like. We know what the level is. Shit, I don't give a fuck how unfunny you think somebody is. If they say "Uba Gabba Gabba" and this crowd goes fucking crazy, a real comedian is gonna take note of that. Even if they don't know how he did it. Like, oh my God. Because comedians study comedians. We understand formulas and all this blase. We can, if anybody can tell you why something has probably made you laugh, it'll be a comedian. But that is just insane, you know? Fuck, I lost my train of thought. That's what happens when you young, like a handsome. Is it good a nigga cool like a go panty? Is it good a nigga cool like a whatever he said. Yeah, but we've never seen it. Even like we had older comedians, but they were all fell off after a certain age. You have a certain rare number of comedians who were just past the age of like 60 something and was a top guy. And was a top guy. Like, that's just, I don't know. Like, I don't see it. Maybe they get too old for it, you know? But I don't see how you can get too old for comedy. You don't lose it. Colin Quinn is 66. Okay. I didn't know this. I did not know Colin Quinn was one taste of fucking butter away from, like, I don't know, passing out, hitting his head on like a fucking, I don't know. He's one thing away from that motherfucker being that one thing away from death. But that's insane. George Lopez is 64. Obviously. Obviously, George Lopez is up there. You can look at his fucking face. Cat's 54. He got like, what, 9 years on Kev? That's probably why I don't like him. Young, successful punk. Probably what he's thinking. Wait, what the fuck? What the hell? There's no way. I mean, I guess so. Damon Wayans Jr. is like 2 years, a year or two under Kev. Yeah. He's 2 years younger than Kev. Man. That puts your life in perspective. Like, golly, that nigga balling. That nigga's balling. Yeah, he's born in 80. I guess so. Damn, 82? Making 43? Even my math is wrong, or... Damn. Those 80s babies is getting up there. Shit, I was born in 2000. I'm getting up there. But we're not going to talk about that. That's for another day. David Allen Greer is fucking 69. God. 70? And how much you bet? I bet you he can still perform his fucking ass off. I feel like you don't lose. I don't feel like you lose that creative spark. Not what that was. I feel like some creators are so like natural born, just like the shit you see on stage. Like, I'm pretty sure what you see Jim Carrey doing SNL is what he'll be doing in his room by himself if nobody was around looking. Probably be driving himself insane. Like, all those characters have to get out your body. Like, you have to perform them. And you're just at home starving. Like, no. No one to perform for. Yeah, this is just insane. It's crazy because we have Steve Martin. Steve Martin is living. He's 80 years old. See, that's like that's one of those. That's what I'm really talking about. Like, we don't have, I mean, a lot of them was on coke. A lot of them did a lot of drugs. Now that I think about it, maybe that has to do with it. Because we don't have a lot of people. I mean, even though a lot of people at that age isn't even fucking born, but still, oh my god, because they're not born. But I mean, not born, fucking alive. But even then, it's 2025. We didn't have a lot of these motherfuckers in 2014. We only had a couple of them. But I guess due to age. But a lot of them died through fucking health problems. Motherfucker was too close to that pork. Chitlins and ham hocks were still a delicacy. That's just crazy, man. But yeah, I can't wait to see the new young comedians. I love Josh Johnson. Even though, like, his topics of kind of, like, I'm not really a political guy, so sometimes he talks about shit I don't know. But his putting out an hour worth of comedy material every other week is the most impressive thing that any comedian that I see out doing. Like, I'm pretty sure it's not shit for the top comedians. I'm pretty sure top comedians who've been doing it since they were like teenagers, early 20s, and they're like a Dave Chappelle. Like, yeah, those guys can still go somewhere every other week and easily bust out an hour without a sweat. But we're not talking about doing it and just doing it. We're talking about doing it and doing it well to the point. Yes, shout out to LL Cool J. We're talking about doing it to the point where you can post it and put it out. A lot of those guys are not doing that because a lot of those jokes, you'll find something that's too damn good. You gotta reuse it. And it's like, bruh, for him to be doing what he's doing, that means he has to be spitballing some of this shit, but the way that he performs it doesn't even feel like spitballing. Like, yeah, this feel like, you know what I'm saying, some quick shit, but damn, this feels like written. This feel like you sat there and thought about it. It's like, it's that good. The word placement, the way that he just performs it, it's just that good. It's like, yeah. I feel like Jared Carmichael is slept on because he's gay.
With anger in my relationship, because I'm real sensitive and I get my feelings hurt all the time. Sometimes my boyfriend says stuff in a way that lets me know he's never been punched in the face before. You know what I mean? Like, it's a tone that he uses. Like, he's passive aggressive sometimes, and like passive aggression is white violence, I've learned. I still have to express my feelings. And I have to tell him when he's hurt my feelings. And that's really difficult for me to do because that is really gay.
That's another young guy. Well, actually, I don't think he's that young. He's like in his early 30s. He's like, you know, with the CPs and all that. But, you got the 85 South Show, but I don't really count those guys. I feel like there's so much in their own. It's like how the Kings of Comedy was. It's like they're in their own circuit. Literally. It's like they don't play over here. like I've never seen 85. I've seen 85 South Show get on stage multiple times. It always kills. Not personally. I've never seen been there at an 85 South Show, but anything that's on the internet that I've seen has always been good shit. Even though there's, you know what I'm saying, a lot of freestyling, but some of that shit isn't freestyle. That's prepared shit. It's just I feel like they've done it so long that, you know what I'm saying, he knows, like, when I lift this left hand, you know what to do. But we ain't playing this shit. But I never see these motherfuckers, except like Chico Bean. I see Chico Bean do shit all the time. Chico Bean's always at somebody's club doing some comedy. You might be at the Laugh Factory somewhere or anything in fucking LA and all this shit and going crazy. Carlos, D.C, I don't see none of this shit. At least on the internet. That's what I'm saying. They might tell motherfuckers like, hey, don't post this shit. I don't know why, but Just crazy. You got JB Smooth, 60. Like, all these are like Def Jam guys. Like, think about it. All those guys who popped from fucking Def Jam. The Martin Lawrence is 60 years old. Eddie Griffin, 57. JB Smooth, 60. Michael Corlear, 66. Pierre Edwards, 58. Rodney Perry, 55. Bruce, 60. Ricky Smiley, 57. Tony Rock, 51. Joe Torre, 60. Guy Torre, 56. Tony Roberts, 62. We've never, like, there's no other, you can't at least search another era unless it's like maybe some fucking like white comedians, because they had like, what was it, NBC or whatever the channel was early years and years ago. So yeah, there was tons of them performing. But specifically, can't do that for the blacks. But with that being said, one second. Thank you very much for sitting here and listening to me blah blah about not shit. Enjoy yourself as you carry on through the day or night or morning or whatever you're doing. You know what? Who cares? Thank you. Well, the idea of comedy. Shh.